So you're thinking about moving to Japan or planning a long-term stay? Well, buckle up because today we are diving into the nitty-gritty of one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind. How much does it really cost to live in Japan? Spoiler alert, it's not as pricey or as affordable as you might think. This video is here to break down the cost of living in Japan from rent and groceries to entertainment and those little hidden costs that sneak up on expats and travelers alike. Imagine waking up in a bustling Tokyo neighborhood or a quiet Osaka side street. It sounds dreamy, right? But what's the price tag on that dream? And can you afford make it real? Well, stick around because I'll be covering every yen of what it truly costs to live comfortably in Japan. Alright, let's kick things off with one of the biggest expenses, housing. Japan's rental market has a reputation for being either super affordable or shockingly expensive, depending on the area. Tokyo, for instance, is a world of its own. Rent prices in the heart of Tokyo can be steep, especially if you're eyeing areas like Shibuya, Shinjuku, or Minato. Think about 100,000 to 200,000 yen a month, or about $700 to $1,400, a small one-bedroom or studio apartment. But if you venture outside Tokyo's 23 wards or head to a quieter city like Fukuoka or Sapporo, you're looking at half the price, sometimes even less. Want to save even more? Consider a share house. These are becoming super popular among expats and budget-conscious travelers. You get a private room, but the common areas like the kitchen and living room are shared. Not only do you save money, but it's also a great way to meet new people and build a community when you're new to Japan. Monthly rent in a share house as low as 50,000 yen, which is about $350. Next up, let's talk about utilities. Japan's utility costs can vary seasonally. Winters and summers can hike up electricity bills due to heating and air conditioning needs. On average, expect around 10,000 to 15,000 yen a month for electricity, water, and gas combined, roughly $70 to $100. Now, what about the internet? Japan's known for high-speed connections, and the good news is it's pretty affordable. For about 4,000 yen, or around $30 a month, you can get fiber optic internet that's insanely fast, especially if you're in a big city. And if you're a digital nomad, working remotely, you'll appreciate this investment. On to a daily essential. Food and groceries. If you are hoping to save money by cooking at home, be prepared to spend around 30,000 to 50,000 yen monthly, which is roughly $210 to $350. Fresh produce, seafood, and staples like rice are fairly affordable, but imported goods, those can be pricey, so if you're planning on sticking to Japanese staples, you can keep this cost closer to the lower end. But remember, dining out can sometimes be more affordable in Japan, especially at casual spots. Convenience stores are also a budget-friendly option. Yes, 7-Eleven, Family Mart, and Lawson's are godsends for budget travelers and busy expats. You can grab a full meal like rice balls, sandwiches, or even a hot bento box for less than 600 yen or about $4.50. It's convenient, tasty, and surprisingly affordable. But what if you want to dine out in style? A mid-range restaurant meal can set you back 1,000 to 3,000 yen, $7 to $21. And if you're planning on splurging at a top-tier restaurant, be prepared to pay a lot more. Tokyo's Michelin-starred spots are among the best in the world, but they come with price tags to match. Let's move on to transportation. If you are living in a city like Tokyo or Osaka, you're likely to rely on public transit. The subway and train systems are super efficient, but they can add up. A monthly commuter pass or Teikiken ranges from 5,000 to 10,000 yen depending on the distance, roughly $35 to $70. Planning to drive? Here's a reality check. Driving in Japan can be expensive. Gas prices hover around 160 yen per liter, about $6 per gallon, and parking fees, especially in cities, can be eye-watering unless you're living in a rural area where a car might be necessary. Public transit is generally the more affordable and often faster option. Now, let's not forget about healthcare. Japan's healthcare system is a mix of public insurance and private services, and as an expat, you are eligible to sign up for national health insurance. The cost? It's based on income and household size, but for many expats, it typically ranges from around 35,000 to 40,000 yen per month, or about $330 to $370. Doctor's visits are affordable, though not free, with most clinic visits ranging between 1,000 to 3,000 yen, roughly $7 to $20. Prescriptions are also partially covered, so out-of-pocket expenses for medications are generally quite reasonable. Now, let's talk about entertainment and what it really costs to have fun in Japan. Karaoke night, about 1,000 to 2,000 yen per hour. Want to catch a movie? That's about 1,800 yen per ticket, or roughly $12. Theme parks like Universal Studios Japan or Tokyo Disneyland, tickets start at around 8,000 yen, or about $55. And here's a big one for digital nomads or Netflix addicts. A VPN service or streaming your home country's content can cost about 1,000 yen per month, around $7. It's a small price for keeping up with your favorite shows while living abroad. Finally, let's cover some unexpected costs. Moving to Japan comes with its fair share of surprises. For instance, a lot of rental properties require a key money payment, a kind of thank you gift to the landlord, which can be 1 to 2 months rent upfront. There's also a deposit, a realtor fee, and potentially a guarantor fee. Moving in can cost up to 6 months rent before you even unpack your suitcase. So save up for those upfront costs. Another cost people often forget is gifts and social gatherings. In Japan, gift giving is huge. Expect to bring a small gift when visiting someone's home or during seasonal occasions. Even budget-friendly gifts can add up over time, but it's a way of life in Japan, and it's something you'd probably want to embrace. So let's do a quick recap. For a comfortable lifestyle as an expat in Japan, you're looking at these approximate monthly costs. Rent, 50,000 to 150,000 yen, $350 to $1,050. Utilities and internet, 15,000 to 20,000 yen, $100 to $140. Food, 30,000 to 50,000 yen, $210 to $350. Transportation, 5,000 to 10,000 yen, $35 to $70. Healthcare, 35,000 to 40,000 yen, $330 to $370. Entertainment, 10,000 yen, $70 or more if you are going all out. So, for an average expat, living comfortably in Japan will cost between 145,000 to 280,000 yen, or roughly $1,000 to $2,000 a month, depending on your lifestyle and location. Not as scary as it seems, right? And that's the lowdown of the cost of living in Japan for expats and travelers. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more insights into life abroad. Drop a comment if you've been to Japan or are planning a trip. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.